Do you own a house that you bought as an investment? It has tenants and now you're ready to move on? Listen to this quick tip. Oftentimes, people buy investment houses, they think they want to enter into the world of real estate. They hear great, wonderful things about it. Many of those things are true. I'm in the world of real estate and I love it. The problem is it's not for everybody, and some people, again, they feel it's time to move on after just even one rental. I've had a call about 3 or 4 weeks ago where someone had a tenant who was delightful. They've been in the house for the 3 years in which this person owned it. But now he wanted to get out of the house. He no longer wants to be a landlord. He happens to be moving out of town is what's giving him the impetus right now. And he doesn't want to ask the tenants to leave, nor does he have the right to. They just signed their 4th-year renewal. They were there 3 years and about a month. And they're 1 month into the 12-month new lease. And legally, he can ask them to leave, but they don't have to go. And number two, he doesn't want to do it. It's out of his comfort zone, and he asked me to buy the house. The problem I see, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, and it's not using as a figure of speech. I mean, literally 9 times or more out of, he is undercharging the tenant for rent. That devalues the house. He's asking roughly $500,000 for the house. It's a perfectly fair price. It's a fair price for the condition of the house, assuming the condition is the condition was 3 years and 1 month ago. And he says the tenants are wonderful, taking care of it, so let's assume it is. The problem is it's not worth that with tenants in it. And he wants to list it online on the MLS with a realtor, but the people that are going to buy it are going to want to move in. No one's going to buy it and wait 6 or 7 or 8 months for a tenant to move out. This is the home they want to move into. Those are the buyers who you're getting from realtors. So he decided to reach out to a realtor, to an investor like me. We got along really well. It's a great conversation, but I didn't tell him he wanted to hear. And that is, it's not worth that amount of money to an investor. It's worth that amount of money for somebody to live in. They're two totally different calculations. When you figure out how much a house is worth that you're going to sell to a retail buyer, you base it on comps, on comparable houses in the area. If the other house in the area of similar size and condition are selling for $500,000 and your house is worth $500,000, if you're selling to somebody like me with a tenant in it, I have to base it on cash flow. And the rent was $3,000 a month and he wanted $500,000 for the house. Just the mortgage alone would roughly equal the rent, plus the taxes are about $1,400 a month, which was crazy for a house of that price. And on top of that, you have repairs, maintenance, and there's all sorts of things that I have to be concerned about. So, and you had to pay insurance. So again, it wasn't worth the same amount of money to me. It's worth about $350,000 to me as an investor. Actually, it was even less as an investor. I wasn't the right buyer. So I was trying to convince him to hang on for another 11 months and then sell the house through MLS, but give the tenant notice now that you'd be asking them to leave at the end of the lease period. With any luck, maybe they'll go early. Tell them they can go anytime they want. So that was my advice to him. If we don't push, we're not a very aggressive company at Leave The Key Homebuyers. We try to give good advice. So my advice to him was, let them know you're going to sell the house in 11 months and let them know you're not going to renew the lease in 11 months and let them know that if they want to leave prior to 11 months, you'll let them out of the lease with no problem. And that gives them the convenience to find a new place to live. Doesn't have to be on the exact date at the end of the lease. It could be any time in the next 11 months. So hopefully it works out for him. It's still too early to tell. But again, if you have a house you're looking to sell that has tenants in it, feel free to give us a call. Or again, we'll wait until the tenant leaves. Thank you.